Hi everyone. So I want to talk to you guys today about a really important message about shining your light and what that really does. When you shine your light, it allows other people to shine their light. And I want to talk to you about how that is impacting my life, and maybe you can relate. So last Friday, as many of you guys know, I've been posting about the retreat we had. So we did a retreat. It was an all-day 9 to 4 retreat, and it was called Awaken to Your Bliss. And I have been wanting to do a retreat for years, and I've had some fear about doing it. I didn't know how to do it. I've never really been to. I've been to some retreats, but not the kind that I've wanted to hold. I had a vision, and a lot of fear crept in the past of like, who am I to do a retreat? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good enough. Through the years, I've recognized all these stories that have held me back in the past. And stories are fear-based. They're fear-based, false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. So a while back, I've decided to come from a place of love. In all decisions we can choose a place from love or a place from fear. And so my decision making now, I ask myself, is this a place of love or fear? And then I do it. And I stopped caring about what everybody else is going to think about me. I only care about what I think about myself. Granted, yes, I do slip into old ways, fear-based thinking at times, but I just don't stay there as long. I've learned tools over the years to push past fear and know that it's not real. Fear, like love, is energy, and we can choose or not choose the kind of life we want. And in going into 2019, we only have a good month and a half left until we are in 2019. What kind of life do we want to create? And let's not wait until January 1st to create it. Let's start the momentum now to create the life we want. Let's start making a life from living in love and not from fear. Let's stop caring about what everybody else is going to think or what we think people are going to think, and do it and trust your intuition. How do we trust our intuition? That's one thing that I've had a lifetime of learning. I feel like I've always had a knowing base, and many times I wouldn't trust it, or I wouldn't express myself from fear of what other people might think. And I'll give you an example. So at a retreat on Friday, I was leading the group in a guided meditation, and I was going to say something, and I chose not to say it at first because I'm like, oh, I don't think this is going to resonate with everybody, or it's kind of weird, or I'm not going to say it. I chose to say it anyway, just trusting, because my intention is to come from a place of trust within myself. And so I said what I wanted to say, and after the meditation, lady in the group said that was her most powerful. It really impacted her what I said. It was just what she needed to hear. So the more I trust myself, the more I allow myself to shine, my light to shine, the more I'm giving other people permission to shine their light, and the more I'm resonating with people who are being called to me, and vice versa. And I'm learning there's an abundance of everything that I want. I truly believe this. We can have, do, or be anything we want. And I'm learning this more and more each day as I set my intention for the day, focus on living in love, and as old patterns of thinking or fear creeps in, to shift my thought 1 degree, and to celebrate that, and it makes a huge difference in my life. The shifts in our life happen through small things. So a shift, most of the time, 80% of the time, our thoughts are the same day after day after day. One little shift, a 1 degree shift in our thought. I just had something come up last night, and I shifted it. I chose It's just a choice. That's all it is. It's a choice. And we give it so much power. We give changing our life so much power, but it is super easy if we start with just a 1 degree shift. So I shifted, I recognized it. So having awareness, I had the awareness. I shifted my thoughts. One degree is what I told myself. All I need to do is shift my thoughts 1 degree. I did that. And this morning I was still reflecting on it, and I was able to shift it. And so that no longer had power over me. It's breaking away from the stories we tell ourselves. We're not good enough. We're victims. We give ourselves sometimes we're so free. We choose to live in poverty. We choose to live in abuse. We choose the life that we're living. And I'm here to tell you it can be different. I remember a time when I was in a very abusive relationship where several times I thought I was going to die. And I didn't own my goddess divine power self at the time. I had a very low self-worth, and I was in an abusive relationship, and there was a time where I was in the bathroom just sitting there. It was 4th of July. I had bruises on my arms, and I was thinking of, like, I'm surrounded by people, but I feel so alone. And that was a shift in my body that I didn't want to feel again. It was this desperate, horrible, alone feeling, this disconnect. And I believe we feel this disconnect because anything to grow needs friction. And so that was friction in my life. Like, Angie, wake the frick up. You deserve better than this. See your worth. Like, if I could go back in time, I would shake myself and, like, what are you thinking? You deserve love. You deserve, your worthiness is you deserve self-worth. You deserve to feel good. I didn't feel like I deserved it for whatever reason. I just didn't. And through the years, I believe this is where my message I want to share. I want to shake you, and if you're ready to shine your light and to know that anything is possible, and you have the power, you are so much more divine and a goddess. And it's time that we rise and reclaim our power and know that we are just as good as anybody else. And we are all one on here in this earth, in this physical lifetime, to create our life and to create love and abundance. And it's beautiful. So notice what your story is and where it's blocking you, and rise above it. What is one thing on your heart that you've been wanting to do? What is a calling you may have? And many times in the past, I shut my ideas off as being stupid or silly, or, that feeling of when you're, like, so happy that you just kind of shut down. Like, I would do that sometimes, like, think, when I'm so happy, I'm kind of a dork. I get really excited, and I used to shut myself down, like, okay, now you're being stupid, or, no, like, let yourself be happy. Allow yourself support. Allow yourself love. Allow yourself to be supported by other people who dream, like, have dreams like you do. That has been really huge in my growth. So, I'm just trying to think of maybe some other things I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I wrote down some things, but that's really what I wanted to talk about, is following your bliss, and not giving two shits about what anybody else thinks about you, and to trust, and to every day will be a new start in trusting yourself, and listening to your intuition. That's been huge for me, is just following my intuition. Sometimes I don't know what the outcome is going to be. We had that 1-day retreat. We had no idea how the day was going to flow, like, no idea. We didn't know the value it was going to provide. We just had, my friend Michelle and I and Brian, we had the nudge to do a retreat. Michelle and I had just met like maybe a month prior to that. I don't even remember the date. We just met, we've gotten together a few times for lunch and coffee, and we both just really got excited about the idea. And that's how you know an idea is for you, is you have that excitement. It lights you up. What lights you up? And do it. Just do it. Like, just know that fear's gonna creep up, because fear keeps us safe. Fear keeps us comfortable. So know that no matter what you do in life, fear's probably gonna show up. It's normal and it's natural, and it's meant to keep us protected, but we don't need to be protected. We don't live in the caveman days anymore. So I'll just know that fear is going to creep up. And when you push past it, it gets so much easier. You recognize that fear shows up, it's natural, and you push past it and you do what lights you up. And that's the key to knowing your mission here on this world. And your purpose is finding what lights you up and what excites you and what blisses you out. So focus on that. Only you know what lights you up. What ideas have you had in the past? And maybe you didn't follow through on those ideas because fear crept in, or, doubt. But that's fear. So what lights you up? And write it down, journal. And moment by moment, when we're living in the present moment, we have inspiration and we are guided. And it's through the intuition of just trusting when we're being guided, by focusing on what lights us up and just living in the moment and doing what makes us happy in each moment. So it's little baby steps, that the small shift, the one small, very small 1 degree shift of living in the moment and doing what blisses you out, what excites you and lights you up and what makes you happy, you will create the life of your dreams in no time. And it can happen fast. It can happen as slow or as fast as you're ready for it. But be ready, because there's going to be a huge shift for you once you start doing this. So a few things that I feel guided to do, if you feel called to join me in on this. Michelle and I and Brian, we're getting ready to do another retreat. We just feel really called to do it. So it's going to be another Awaken to Your Bliss retreat. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to tweak some things. It's going to be a shorter time frame, and we're planning on January 1st. But we have yet to figure out the hows of everything. This is just in the mix. And so just stay tuned for that. It's going to be, we want to help nurture and support you into guiding your year in 2019. 2019 is all about abundance and creating and really manifesting the life of your dreams. So if you're ready for that and willing and open to it, I invite you to check that out and to join us. And what more powerful day than January 1st to just really get the momentum going. Brian and I are going to be doing a monthly subscription to our meditation. And so meditation for me has been huge. It was the first part of my journey when I was a teen, going through a really rough time. I did a guided meditation, and I didn't know what it was at the time, but years later I found out it was guided meditation. And it was the first time in my life I ever felt connected to my body, to my physical being, my spiritual self. And I highly recommend meditation for everybody. And there's all different kinds of meditation, but if you want to join us on this, it's going to be a weekly meditation. It's going to be a really low cost, practically free, because we want to offer it to anybody who's open to receiving it. And if it's helpful, if you don't live in this area, you can join us. We're doing our music meditation on Sundays at 2 p.m. At the center. So join us for that. And we're also going to be starting something new. It's going to be candlelit music meditation with Reiki. So using energy. There's a lot of healing elements to that if you're open to that. And we're only going to start that once a month on a Friday, the second Friday of each month, from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. So that's going to be pretty amazing. We're going to put a lot into that, a lot of healing and love and just good energy. So Lots of opportunity. If you know someone that might like this or need it, please share it with them. Brian and I, our message is really supporting you and nurturing you. We share the things that have worked for us on our journey to really help assist you on your part of the journey. So only you know like what you need, what you want to manifest, but we're here to hold space for you. And part of my growing was I had a lot of people that I hired, like a life coach, different life coaches, people. I surrounded myself with people who supported me, and I was intuitively guided to work with certain people at certain times in my life that have really shape-shifted my life into living in my purpose and living in my mission. And I've never been happier. Granted, there's things that come in my life, but that's normal. We're always going to have a little bit of friction. To help us, we need that contrast in our life to help us grow as humans on this earth. But it's powerful work. And so my message for you today is to know that you are a divine goddess. You are here. You deserve to be here. You belong here. And you have a purpose here. And I'm so serious about this. And I just want you to embrace it. Embrace your light within you. We each have a light that is so unique and so special within each of us. And so shine your light. Open yourself up to your light. Shine your light. And that allows other people to shine too. Take up space in this world. So many times, especially as women, we play small. We want to be the good girl and be quiet and not raise any flags or anything. That was the past though, like generations past, and we're healing this. And when we heal ourselves, we heal 7 generations behind us and 7 generations in front of us. That's how powerful you are, and we are collectively as people. So I encourage you to open to your life's purpose and don't be afraid of playing too big. Open yourself up, take up space, share your voice, because we need to hear it. I need to hear it. The world needs to hear it. That's my message for today. I'm sending you all blessings and love and peace and joy. And comment and let me know how this has helped you and what your light is calling you to do. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day. Bye.